Goodman, president of PLC Multipoint, and we're located in Everett, Washington. Today I'm going to be talking about PLC Transportation's ELMS product. The ELMS product is based upon a Federal Highway Administration standard. It's called NTC IP 1213, and it's a series of standards that provide driver information on roadways and control on roadways. And these include cameras, variable message displays, and lane control. And the 1213 standard is the lighting control standard. PLC Transportation is the transportation segment of PLC Multipoint, and this is our E2 ELMS model of a street lighting data logger and controller. The box here is an E2 controller, the ELMS controller, and it has several components inside of it. The first component is the ELMS data logger, which is a small Linux computer that actually collects all the information from the I/O controller. This is a small programmable logic controller that reads in different types of signals. There are analog signals such as current or voltage that gets monitored. There are digital signals such as a contactor, auxiliary contact, or a hand-off auto selector switch. We even have a signal for the door switch in case the door gets left open. Then there are the outputs, which include being able to energize a lighting contactor to switch the lighting loads on or off, and then also analog outputs to provide dimming control to the lighting system. On the bottom are a couple of basic components. There's a power supply. The power supply converts the line voltage, typically 277, into 24 volts DC, which is what the system operates on, some protective fusing, and then some input and output and power terminal blocks for the various signals that are going to be read inside of a roadway service cabinet. The information that's collected by the E2 ELMS box gets sent over public data infrastructure to the operations and maintenance departments of the traffic agencies who have the system. And so one type of screen that we develop typically is the entry screen, and here's where you can see all the different ELMS boxes along the different streets that are on this map. We're going to go to one of the boxes and take a look at the information that's contained within it. I'm going to go to the next screen, which is a menu. And now we come to a configuration and status screen. The ELM system can run in two different modes. One mode is called the PLC mode. That's actually where the programmable logic controller can run independently of the ELM system. And the other mode is called data logger mode, where the ELM system is configured and it operates out of the data logger itself. All of these different settings that are shown here as boxes and selections and numbers are information that's within the ELM system, so that you know what the status is of the operation and the control of the street lighting system. We've selected here the data logger mode. Now we can enter in the different ways that the system can be configured. It can run under a schedule, a time clock, or a photocell. You also have the ability to implement schedules for operating the street lighting system and overrides to the street lighting system. And then we've got various status that gets collected, everything from runtime hours to other operation conditions such as a circuit breaker being tripped. The information for the status of all the different ELMS objects is collected in an alarm and event screen, which has the ability to have customized information and filters for the different types of alarms and events that occur in the system. On this overview display, you get the main status of an individual box. Here, this particular box says there's nothing in alarm and there are no warnings and there's no trouble associated with the box right now. But we can drill down deeper into this by tapping on that overview and then going to a second screen, the second level of information that has more specific signals as well as the status of the roadway service cabinet. So we'll go now and take a look at the configuration of this particular roadway service cabinet. One screen group is for the local programmable logic controller, and the other group of information is for the ELM's data logger attributes. The information that's collected by the E2 ELMS controller is sent then to the operations and maintenance departments of the transportation agencies. Here they can store the information on a server and then be able to view the information on the operator display screens. The E2 controller was derived from a large project that PLC Transportation completed recently in Washington State for the new State Route 520 bridge. That was a large-scale project. Now we've had the request by several state transit agencies to implement a smaller scale version of it, and the E2 controller now is that product. And more information is available on our website. That's www.plcmultipoint.com, and click on the PLC Transportation link, and that will take you to the data sheets and configuration information for this E2 controller.